What's up everyone? I'm your female otaku and I'm here to review episode 4 of Little Witch Academia. And with this episode, it is focused on Latte. And I was really happy with that because even, with the 2 short films, Latte didn't get much screen time, and so she was always kind of just the person that's just there, Like, Latte isn't bad or anything. She was just always, in the room with them glasses and talking from time to time. She didn't really do much. So I'm really happy that she got a lot of screen time and that this episode was focused on her. Latte, she is a huge fan of Nightfall, a wildly popular novel that has been going on for over 100 years and has over 350 volumes. Holy shit. And it was so cute to see a new side of Latte, a side of her that she was passionate about something. And we got to learn a little bit about her past, how she was made fun of for being a witch, and she found comfort when reading Nightfall because she could relate to the vampire clan. And I'm just all like, Latte! Oh, you're so much more loved than I thought! Oh my gosh! Like, that was adorable. And when she was, fangirling over at the little cosplay meetup, well, it wasn't really a cosplay meetup, like, people went over to get the latest volume, but people were cosplaying at the event, so that whole scene was very interesting. Like, Latte was just freaking out over all the different cosplays and how there's some more obscure cosplays than others. Instead of cosplaying as main characters, they cosplay as a character that showed up in like a volume from here and a volume from there. That was great. Latte even has a friend on the internet, which, by the way, did anyone else notice that when Latte was chatting with her friend, it wasn't in kanji, but it was in English? When I saw it, I was like, what? That was shocking. I was like, whoa, so we know this doesn't take place in Japan. I mean, I'm sure this takes place in a fictional city, but we can assume that it's probably somewhere in Europe. Because normally with these types of magical, or just magic school type things, it usually takes place in Europe and not Canada, Australia, or the US, But anyway, Latte has this friend called, the username is Great Ben, like 810, and I loved it. But Latte was having a little bit of trouble getting to the event in the first place because Akko just had to go and steal a tart, and all 3 of them get in trouble for it. So they had to, break out of the school and sneak their way over to the city so that they can make it over to the event. And I was just like Akko and Susie over at the event. I was just like, what are they talking about? Like, at first I was having fun, like, this is resembling an anime con. But in the end, this isn't an anime con, okay? This is like, you could say, this is like a meetup for a specific group. So, let's say that I suddenly land over at a Twilight meetup. Like, yeah, they're gonna be doing the same things that they do over at anime conventions and stuff. But in the end, I'm just gonna be all like, what the fuck? But it was just fun seeing Latte fangirl all over the place. And later on, we get to meet the author, Annabelle, who has never showed her face before, and we see that she's a little lolly. So it's like, what? You are over 100 years old? What the fuck is this? So they have this quiz show, and Latte wins, and she gets a pen that has been passed down for generations, and that this pen symbolizes and represents the next Annabelle. There have been 12 Annabelles, and this new Annabelle is the current one, and she isn't confident in her writing. She's getting like a lot of hate, well, not a lot of hate, like she's reading mostly hate comments, and I understand that. Like, when Latte went back to find Annabelle to return the pen, Latte was saying, oh, that's just a small part of the fan base. You gotta look at the bigger picture here. And I'm just all like, oh my gosh. Latte, those are some words I needed to hear. Because this happens from time to time. This happens from time to time to a bunch of anime reviewers. And not even just anime reviewers, just reviewers in general. So, like movie reviewers and things like that. So from time to time, we'll say something, and like people are just gonna be like, hey, you know what? You're not what you used to be like, or hey, you totally forgot this, or no, you interpret that wrong. And then we just focus on those hate comments or those comments that are like just complaining and stuff, but we sometimes miss the wide variety of kinder comments of those that are enjoying the videos or the topic that we are discussing. So that really brought a smile to my face. I'm like, Lotte, it's like you're talking to me. So Annabelle will continue to be Annabelle. And this was just a very enjoyable episode once again. Great way to end a Sunday night or start your Monday morning. Catch me tomorrow as I live react to Nanatsu no Taizai and Yowamushi Pedal New Generation. I'm your female otaku, sayonara.